Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital is a very old hospital. It actually started in the 1930s, and over the time it has been growing in size and capacity until I think 1980s, when it acquired the status of being a regional referral hospital. And since then, it continues to grow. And we are very happy to have our sister institution, the Mbarara University of Science and Technology. This hospital has 41 departments stroke units. And these units are covered by specialists, both from the side of the university and also from the side of the Ministry of Health. So this place, ideally, it is a 350 bed capacity. But of course, it serves a very big area. And at any single point when you come in and check in, you'll find that we have an average admission of 600 patients per night. We are overstretched. However, all in all, we continue to serve. And I want to stress that really most of the specialized services in this region are accessed from this hospital. This is so because we've been supported. One, we have a support from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We have, of course, support, the big support from the mother ministry, that is Ministry of Health. I want to appreciate the Ministry of Health because we have 2 functioning CT scans. We have 1 MRI scan. The team that supplied us the oxygen plant, which is a 3rd oxygen plant in this compound, they are having a technical check, and very soon they are going to hand it over to us. As I told you, we have 41 department stroke units, and each of them, they are being covered by a unique specialist or specialized group of individuals. So because of that, this becomes a unique regional referral hospital. For example, we have services that range all the way from neurosurgery, urology surgery, specialized gynecological surgeries. We have plastic surgeries. We have dermatology services running around, and we have ear, nose, and throat, and of course others. I'm happy to report to you that we are coming to the end of the fistula camp that has been running for the last 5 days here. This camp attracts actually patients from very far, from different corners. Fistula, these are injuries, and commonly women get them during deliveries. And eventually you find that these unfortunate sisters of ours, urine starts coming out through the non-proper route where the urine normally passes. It is a disgusting and a disturbing condition. I'm extremely happy to our gynecologists who have made it actually a must that every year they run 2 to 3 camps here at Mbarara Regional Referral Hospitals. But again, with the support of Ministry of Health and other implementing partners, they have extended this service to other areas, including in Akaseke, I think, Ibanda, and the other areas. This camp has attracted very many clients or patients from different corners of this country. And a team led by our fistula surgeon, Dr. Musa Kayondo, has managed to work on all of them. I think the last patient is being worked on now, and they wind up the whole program. I'm happy that the team has been consistent. A year in, year out, they try to organize and make around 2 to 3 camps in a year. This is done deliberately such that all these patients access a free service. This fistula repair has been free all through. irrespective of where the team goes, they have tried to come so close to the patients. That's why they stretch up to the north, up to the center, then the far west part of this country. They want to reach the patients where they are stationed. And eventually, the real final camps take place here at Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. We've worked on serial numbers. The statistics are very big. I don't want to go into those details, but this is a free service that every individual can access at any time you want it from Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. The team is always waiting to give a help to these patients. The camps just come occasionally. That is when we go on the radio and we reach to the opinion leaders, we go to the church and the TVs to make sure that whoever has this condition and is not aware that we are doing this procedure here comes to get it, and every time they come, they really get services. I'm very happy for that team. I'm really happy for the Ministry of Health. For your dedicated efforts and guided really energy to make sure that Ugandans access the service. Patient care, the patient safety, this is a mandate of this hospital. It is provided to whoever walks in for the service. But in particular, the fistula patients, yes, you say that it brings hope. That is very true. I don't know whether you have an imagination of having a sister or a wife who is leaking urine all the time. I want you to get an imagination of what they go through. A person gives the first birth, gets birth injury, and the urine since then starts leaking. This will automatically stop you from joining the social circles. Most likely, you will never go again, you will never attend most of the parties. That denies you a chance to associate with your friends. You may not comfortably even go to the church. You can't go to marketplaces. You can't even visit your own child at school. So you end up actually getting confined in one place. And it becomes worse when you go deep inside. You find the urine, of course, it comes with a stench that over the time it needs a meticulous cleaning and all the time. So it is a bothering condition. Every time these fistula surgeons, they successfully repair a fistula, and the mother eventually goes and finds herself comfortably joining the social circles, having a very neat bedroom and the rest. It is a good hope that comes to every individual.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
Amazina ganje Twesigye Ruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri ryo muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message eriko ka mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo nebiye bafere sente ziriyo zona bakaziteka ngo nazihangwire.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And and hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
So we're here doing at Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital and Mbarara University, Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. We are doing a 1-week camp to operate women with fistula. Fistula is a condition where a mother after delivery starts leaking urine or stool, or in a very unfortunate ones, both of them. This is a condition which comes when the mother gets what we call obstructed labor for long, where the baby gets trapped in the birth canal and causes lots of damage there because of being stuck for long periods of time. It's a condition which usually occurs in very young mothers, those who get pregnant at a very early age, teenage pregnancies, and even those who have very narrow pelvises, much as they may be old enough, and those who do not attend antenatal care, and those usually who do not deliver from health facilities. Because when you're in a health facility, we can know if the labor is not progressing well, then we do an intervention like a cesarean section or help you in any other way. So in this condition of obstetric fistula, most of the times when the mother takes long, the baby dies. And on top of the baby dying after delivering a stillbirth, they start leaking urine and start taking stool. Most of these mothers are very unfortunate in that they lose their partners because no partner wants to be with someone who is smelling of urine or smelling of stool. They are rejected by the society. They go into isolation and depression. We have seen some who have even committed suicide because of this condition. This condition puts women more into poverty because they cannot work. They cannot work anywhere, so that adds on to their depressive and emotional symptoms. So the fistula, much as it's treatable, but the best is to prevent it. We prevent it by making sure when you get pregnant, you attend antenatal care so that you are checked and see how your baby is growing, how it is lying, and if you'll be able to have a normal delivery. And when time for labor comes, you come to a health facility where you'll be handled by professional people, midwives, doctors, obstetricians, gynecologists. Your labor is monitored, if they see there are any problems, then we can do an intervention, which is very timely and early. Or if you need in a place where they are not able to do the intervention, they can refer you early to another facility which can intervene. So fistula is highly preventable. But in those who have gotten the fistula, the unfortunate ones, it is still treatable. So don't be there in the villages thinking that for you are bewitched, you are leaking urine, you cannot be treated. We treat fistula. And fistula treatment requires, yes, not a cheap one, but it's a free service in government facilities where it is offered, like here at Mbarara Regional Referral. It's a free service. Of course, it's in conjunction with partners of Ministry of Health. Like here, we have been in partnership with Medland, which gives us some money, gives us equipment, gives us stitches to help these mothers who come from very far, and even provide the mothers with food and transport back to their homes. The surgery, yes, is done. It's not a simple surgery. It requires specialized skills. That's why it's mainly found at very high hospitals like Mbarara, Mulago. There are those ones which we call tertiary hospitals, because these ones are the ones who have the trained surgeons who are capable of doing this. Because usually if you go to a person who cannot treat it very well, it becomes hard to treat the next time you come to a professional person. So it's treatable. Inform those whom you know who have that condition to come and to seek services at Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, because we treat them. And not only in camps, we do it any time of the year, any time of the day you come. On Monday to Friday, we can still operate you. You don't have to wait for camps.
My name is Agnes Kakuwezi, operating theatre intern in charge of obstetrics and gynecology. Right now we have an ongoing fistula camp going on, which today is our last day, and basically we are tackling fistulas basically. So how we prepare our patients, the preparation starts on wards, whereby patients come and they are screened and then sorted according to the indications they present with. Then they are distributed on different operating days. So, for example, today we are working on fistulas, patients who are leaking urine, and from the ward, of course, they are counseled and they are told about what is going to be done in theatre. They are told about the good things and the implications they could get after. So from the ward, they are told and they make sure the procedure which is going to be done on them is understood by the patient, and then they obtain the consent from them. So before they come here, they must consent for the surgery that is going to take place. Yes. So from the ward, when they reach in theatre, they are triaged according to age, whereby young babies are considered first and then elderly, and then those patients who have chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. So we first look at that. Then after that, they are brought in the operating rooms for surgery, whereby we start off from the preparation of surgery. When they reach on the operating table, we start preparing them in the operating room, whereby anesthesia is given, antibiotics are given, IV fluids, and then after anesthesia, when it takes, then there are positions for what? For surgery. During the surgery, we do what is required depending on the indication. If it is a fistula, if it is a organ prolapse, if it is a perennial tear, depending on the what? On the indication. Then after surgery, they are monitored postoperatively. Of course, they have to make sure the vitals are in normal states, whereby the blood pressure, the oxygen saturation, they are all in a normal state, of a normal person. And then when they are all of a normal person, they are removed from the table, taken in a recovery area where they are monitored until they are taken back on the ward for postoperative care. So basically, much of postoperative care is done on the ward, whereby they are given painkillers, antibiotics, IV fluids, and they are monitored to see how the progress of the surgery. In case of any complication, it is reported, and then until they go back.
I'm called Birungi Paula. I'm a nursing officer working with Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. Then I trained in VVF management and care. I also did counseling in the VVF. Then I'm working in the operating room. My roles are to prepare theater for the operations. I have to make sure sterility is observed. And during surgery, I have to make sure all the operating rooms, they are prepared before the surgery begins with sterile equipment. We have to make sure theater is very clean and tidy to prevent infections to patients. That is for infection prevention and control. Then during the operation, we keep on counseling the patients as the operation is going on, because again, it is a new environment. In other words, because the patient has come in the operating room, we see different people putting on masks, covering their heads, so the patient may be scared that maybe is in a wrong place or what. So we have to continue reassuring the patient. In most of the cases, they are being worked on under spinal anesthesia. Spinal anesthesia, it is giving a small injection at the patient's back. Is only from the umbilicus downwards, which gets paralyzed, but then the patient remains remains very conscious. So we have to keep the patient well informed of the surrounding, and we also have to introduce ourselves to the patient so the patient gets more comfortable with the team is working with. Then after the surgery, we clear off everything we have used in the operating room during the operations. We take the patient to the recovery room as we continue talking to the patient or reassuring the patient.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
Tuliko ground, Blascon, paint and win. This year, Blascon paint and win. The ground, Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card, SMS the code to 77197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day there, or a share of a 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new podas, tuk-tuks, and so much more. Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Blascon, color your world.
Honorable Fred Biamukama, Minister of State for Works and Transport in charge of transport, invites you to the launch of the 4-acre model campaign in the Greater Chibale District's Bunyoro sub-region. The event will take place at Chikwaya Primary School Playground, Kakumiro District, on November 15, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. and will be graced by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. All residents, civil servants, and the leaders from the districts that make up Greater Chibale, Kakumiro, Chibale, Kagadi, Chikube, and neighboring areas are encouraged to attend in large numbers. This initiative, led by the President, aims to bring ordinary people into the money economy by showcasing farmers who have succeeded in the 1-acre model, 2-acre model, 3-acre model, and 4-acre model. Join local leaders and residents in learning how small land can be used to enhance food security and socio-economic growth. Don't miss this opportunity to witness the transformative impact on local communities.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
Today we visited Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital where we met Christine, not real names, from Luwero District who has been suffering from fistula for 3 years from 2021 to 2024.
Banongosa bbiri abiri mu gumu omwana we banongosa kufuna buno obulwadde naye omwana ye yafa awo natandikira nengendako ebbombo ne bangamba ndi wakuddamu kulongoseeyo nenvaayo nensigala ewaka nengenda ku ddwaliro wa Butungulu waliwo omusawo eyanfunira ku Makerenda nebigaana nansindika e Luweero e Kasana nengendayo ne bansindika e Nakaseke nengendayo Nakaseke ne bansindika e Mbarara nano bange bagenda kunongosa naye bo basase kunkebera mu byuma.
Doctors were all dressed in medical scrubs and everything was set for the surgery. The main surgeon, Dr. Kayondo, and other doctors were all ready for Christine in the theatre.
We are doing an operation for an obstetric fistula, which is a condition which develops after a mother takes long during labor and delivery for baby fails to come out for long periods of time. Then the mother gets injury to the bladder, begins leaking urine through the private parts. This patient we are going to work on got this problem during the lockdown. She got pregnant at a very young age, about for 15 years. Got obstructed labor, went to deliver from a traditional birth attendant. Things failed by the time she reached the hospital, the health facility. The damage had already been done, the baby had died. And then after she started leaking urine. So she has been with this condition for the last 3 years, and we are going to try to repair it and make her continent.
In the theatre, all we see are the surgical scissors and everything was in position, all set for the surgery. The patient was sedated, so she couldn't feel any sort of pain throughout the operation procedure. The doctors were all paying attention as the lead surgeon, Dr. Kayondo, took on the procedure.
We are going to try to bring the urethra back to the bladder, which is not a very simple operation. So, begin by exposing, by draping the patient. You have seen we have draped this to keep ourselves sterile. Positioning the patient in the photomy, head down. Then the next is exposure. That's why we expose the operation space. That's why we put all this. The overhead speculum, the alices, we retract the labia. Principles are the same. Identification of the fistula, accessibility or approach. Is it easier abdomen? Is it easier through the vagina? Then next is exposure. This is what we have done. And what we are next to do is to do wide mobilization of the bladder and vagina, off the vagina. Then we shall try to do a tension-free repair, 1 or 2 layers. In this case, most likely 1 layer because of no tissue. It shows that this obstruction was very, very, very bad. By the time you lose all this anterior vaginal, all right. Now, blade. So this, I need to get this corner first out of the way. Dissecting process. But so we're going to begin. We have just made an elliptical incision. Next step is to mobilize the vaginal mucosa off the bladder. See, oh, you are not seeing. You see, the bladder is not. Once the vaginal mucosa is dissected, the bladder keeps coming off. free the bladder off the cervix. We have freed the bladder off the vagina. The other side. So we need to take this bladder off the cervix. Just to release adhesions. Taking out the scar tissue from the fistula edges in order for us to begin the repair. It is scar tissue. You need a scissor which is very good at cutting. Very good scissor you need. That you need. Let's cut it. Around it. So now we are going to see the bladder is apart, the urethra is apart. This is urethra. So we want now to bring bladder to urethra. We call urethrovesical anastomosis. Now this is where we need to have skills. We're working in a small space. So we're going to go in this corner and try to put a switch. Beyond the apex. Now. So you see I'm not going through the fistula, just burying it inside. And we shall have completed the anastomosis of the bladder to the urethra. Close off the urethra. The bladder is also closed small. It was eaten away, lost a lot of it. Okay. Still bleeding.
Christine is not the only mother in Uganda suffering from fistula. According to Dr. Kayondo, 1 out of 100 mothers in Uganda that give birth usually get different types of fistula.
The problem is that when you get a fistula repair and you are healed, the next time you get pregnant, you're not supposed to go into labor. But some of the mothers, when we repair them, when next time they get pregnant, they go still into labor and still try to deliver from places which do not have facilities to help them out, or they try to deliver from home, try to deliver from traditional birth attendants. So when during the labor process, the fistula would occur. So that's why we advise mothers who have had a fistula repair to come back to the health facility before labor starts, such that we intervene. We are training urogynecologists such that they can be spread out to every regional referral hospital in this country, such that women don't have to walk very many kilometers to come to Mbarara or to go to Mulago to have this surgery. And we are doing this training at Mbarara. At Mbarara University, we started off a fellowship. So we are training, we are adding capacity to this country such that every region in this hospital, in this Uganda, has a person who is specialized to treat these women and do surgery on them. Much as we say the procedure is free, the patients don't pay anything, but if it's, of course, government and partners meet a cost. So ideally, one fistula surgery, apart from the specialization, the equipment and the stitches and all the materials we use would cost about $300, $350 to $400, which is about 1.5 to 2 million shillings, which is very, very high end to every patient. So the government, all the partners put in a lot to have this. So that's why we say the best is to prevent it, because it's an expensive surgery. Yeah. We need to put systems in place to improve maternal health. All of us, not only government, but all of us. We need to make sure our patients are enlightened and mothers are enlightened to have deliveries within hospitals and also to have antenatal care. Husbands should encourage and escort their wives to facilities to have antenatal care. During time of delivery, they should escort them. They should also prepare money to have on them such that when times for labor comes, they can transport their wives to hospitals such that they don't have the delays. So at least the community has a high involvement in this. And also the community is important in preventing what we call teenage pregnancies, girls who get pregnant when they haven't yet reached. We want to prevent that. Yes, so the community has a very big role to play.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
Brand Ambassadors 256 presents the Getter Got Talent Star Search. Amanyika Talanta, the impact of talent. In the heart of our cities, where life is raw, real, and unfiltered, there lies an ocean of untapped potential just wanting to be discovered. Welcome to the stage of dreamers, a platform for the hidden stars. Your moment is now. Uncover extraordinary talent that lives within you. This is the time to live your dream. Kakati kubaka photo ngoli ku stage ya kabi. Never superstar bakabi. Mu vibe za kabi. Kwali na bidi. Esukuma akabadi ko paka ku top. So, Olinzechi, grab your phone, get creative, and record a 3-minute video of you or your team olabisemu ku talanta yo. Send it to 0759 958 138 or send it to connect@gettogottalent.com. This is GGT, where talent knows no boundaries. Getter Got Talent. Amanyi Got Talanta. Visit www.gettogottalent.com.
You are watching the DOCtalk Show.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
We have got trained nurses to care for these sisters and mothers. We have got a very big team. The doctor I talked of, Dr. Musa Kayondo, has managed, plus his colleagues, they have managed to build up a very, very vibrant potential team. They have got skills, they have got the knowledge. Then we've got actually the theaters. We usually do it intentionally to create enough space when these patients are coming, because we don't want them to wait for so long. So this hospital has 9 operating theaters. So every time we have a fistula camp and we are lucky patients come in big numbers, we make internal arrangements. We secure enough space for them such that there is minimal waiting time. They come and access these theaters. They get worked on by the specialized team. And at the same time, when they go back to their wards, yes, they need a special care, especially for these repairs to take. If you don't take appropriate nursing care, these beautiful repairs that will have been done by these surgeons can easily really break down. So we have a team of midwives and nurses who have trained. They receive these patients right away from theater. They take care of them up to the last minute. When a full team does a world round, they get satisfied, and they discharge these clients, of course, with appropriate information of when should they come back, what should they observe, and so on. And we plan in a such way that they have to get their drugs in time, and they get discharged with appropriate time. It is something we plan in advance, such that when they come, they really go home back with a full hope. We want them to go back when they are changed people, totally different from the misery they have been living in. The truth is, we have the fistula surgeons in this country, but they are overstretched, as you've heard. And maybe I want to inform you that this is a service that is offered beyond Mbarara. Our surgeons have their colleagues stationed in other health units who are helping them. Every time the mother comes to attend to the antenatal care, is given that advice, irrespective of the health unit you are at. If you come to the regional referral hospital, you will be told about the service. If you come to a health center for a general hospital, you will be told, because the health workers have shared this information. They have shared it with the midwives who receive our pregnant mothers when they come for antenatal care. So they are told of this service, when is it available, when is it offered, and so on. So we sensitize these matters well in advance, but at the same time, we've got that capacity building. This hospital has got a program. They keep on picking actually medical officers who are stationed at the lower health units, especially health center force. They come here for refresher courses. We have some support for them. They come here for around 3 months. They work together with our skilled fistula surgeons. After that time, they go back. When they go back, they disseminate this information to their colleagues. At the same time, they have the capacity to screen. They detect these conditions early enough and use the same chance to refer them. So the referring system is very, it is so designed in such a way that when a fistula patient is coming from a lower center heading to regional referral hospital here, the fistula surgeons are already aware. You find that they are waiting for you. When they receive you, they take you through the necessary investigations, and possibly there and then you get admitted. They plan to work on you. They work in such a way that they cannot allow piling patients. They prefer to work on you as you come in. Probably you find that maybe you come, they assess you, and they find that you have other issues that stop you from having an operation. They first rectify that. Maybe you come, you have a fistula, but you have uncontrolled sugars, you have poorly controlled high blood pressures, or you have local infections there. They first sort that, thereafter schedule you, you come and receive the surgery. These medical conditions will never disappear up to 0 level. They just reduce in numbers, and it needs a concerted effort, as you said. These gynecologists and obstetricians already know. They already know the causes of the fistula. And this is an information that they have equipped to different cadres. Because we, on our side, yes, we are teaching, but again, this information should trickle down to other places. For example, in institutions, in schools. We've had, I'm not a gynecologist, but of course I have an idea. Young ladies who get pregnant and produce at a tender age, they are the ones who are actually very, very prone getting the fistula. So this information is provided from very many fora. When you come to the hospital, you get this information. But again, we're also going to the communities, and we are using all well-wishers in the communities to disseminate this information, to avoid the early marriages, early conception of pregnancies, and so on. So it needs a combined effort. So that means this attracts the Ministry of Education to come in, it attracts the internal affairs, these police officers, they are equipped with this information. We have other social workers also equipped with this information.
This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from partners.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources, such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Professional guidance.
There is no special antiretroviral therapy that is given specifically for discordant couples.
And of course, politics.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for Anita Monga and Tayebo?
That is laughable. Why would we pay when we have nominated